Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Amasid and today we are opening up 50 sets of Unchained. Now quickly, I'd like to thank Evil Slayer 420 for providing these cards. Thank you so much. Hopefully we can hit you something big. Now let's walk through the economics. So he said he paid roughly 15 chaos per card for all these. So that's 60 chaos for a set. 50 sets, 3,000 chaos at current Exalt prices of about 110 chaos per. That is just about 27.25 exalts for all of these sets. Now, let's see if we can hit something good for my man Evil Slayer 420. Now, we're going to do this in probably, I think, sets of 10, just for bag space-wise, and we'll separate this and do the price checking afterwards. There are so many different combinations that I have figured it's not even almost worth going over yet. We'll go over it during the price checking. We're really obviously looking to hit things like vulnerability, max frenzy charges, attack crit, things like that. So let's see what we can't hit here. First one is Despair and AoE gems. Okay. AoE and attack speed. Max frenzy charges and attack crit. That could be a good one. It's also highly dependent on the rolls. Like, for example, this is 792% fizz damage with unarmed. That's very important. Whereas on this one, we hit 726. Not as good, right? So we need to hit good rolls. Ooh, vulnerability, AoE, and 772. This could be a really good one. So the price checking for this is going to be a little painful. Temp change to spell crit's pretty useless. Those are Garbo. Enfeeble and attack speed, probably pretty Garbo as well. Projectile gems max life, but a good roll. So again, we're going to be looking at the rolls just as much as we are going to be looking at the implicits, because that's very important to understanding how good these are. So if we hit min rolls like that last one, they are going to be pretty useless, right? Onward. Next 10. Let's do five sets of this. Trapper Mind, cast speed, okay. Despair and Socketed Gems. Oops, grabbed the wrong one. Whatever. Ellie weakness, attack crit. Bad roll, though. Socketed... Okay, no. Despair and spell crit, pretty bad. Just doesn't make sense for a pair of gloves like this, right? You're looking for attack mods. Frenzy charge is good on a decent roll, but it's got Warcry gems, which is pretty useless. AoE and Despair, not it. For some reason, I misread that as vulnerability. 783. So if we can hit like this, if that was vulnerability with 799%, that could have been great. That can be really good. But it's like without the really good roll, the implicits are kind of useless, right? You really need to hit the good roll here. Hello. Trade. Attack speed frenzy. Oh, a 797 attack speed frenzy charges. That could be sick. That could be sick. Again, we really are. Vulnerability, I believe, is going to be the best mod just by itself. Attack speed, cast speed, interesting. So we're looking for that plus another good mod and a high roll. That's really what we're looking for on a very general level. Temp chains, aura, everything else is kind of right? Enfeeble, socketed gems. Vulnerability, max frenzy charge 745. That has got to be a good one. And it's also a 48% effect, so it's a max roll on that. Damn. Okay, that could be really sick. And I will price check these at the end, and we will walk through them. I promise you, I'm not just guessing. Although, obviously, at this point in the league, right, it's a little tricky to get exact prices, but we're going to do our best here and see what we can't get. No, not that good there. Warcry, yes, no. Duration curse, no. Double curse, but unfortunately not good curses. No. AoE and cast speed, no. Cast speed, not that great. Curse, Trapper Mind, no. Vulnerability and Socketed Gems, but it's a bad roll on the explicit, so unclear. Socketed Gems, max life. Socketed Gems and Temp Chains, not ideal. I think this is, again, you hit one really good pair with a good explicit and decent implicits, you're swimming in cash, right? That's how it is. Spell crit, almost a max roll. I would love to see an 800%. I would love to see an 800%. Duration, no. No. Max frenzy charges and a good roll. Could be good just by itself. We'll see. Socketed Gems. Despair. Last one. Temp Chains and max ES. All it takes is one really good pair, and I honestly think we might be in the good here, in the green rather. I'm gonna price check these, and so you guys don't have to watch that process, but I will catch you guys in just a second. Alrighty, everyone, we are back, and I'd like to walk through the results. So unfortunately, based on what I'm seeing, it doesn't look like this is going to be a profit, just based on what I'm going through. And I'll walk through sort of what we're doing here. This is kind of like my junk pile. Each of these will probably sell for anywhere from 2 to 10C, depending. Some of them are, bad rolls, bad implicits like this one. This one's like a decent roll. Not terrible, right? That's probably closer to 5, 8, 10C, somewhere in there. So just for the sake of just easy math, I averaged this bucket out at about 5C per. I think that's probably about accurate, maybe closer to 4C, but close enough, right? So total, this is going to be just about, it is, let's see, 38 times 5 is 190 chaos for all of these. Now, going up here, these are kind of like the slightly better than trash tier. These are going to be 20C each. Some of them are good just because they're a good roll. Like, for example, this one is 799%. So that'll sell for about 20 chaos just because of that. I think we have another one here. Yep, 798%. Similar. So those two guys there. Then we have, again, another one, 792%. Similar situation. We've got one here, Socketed Gems with decent roll, 783%. 20 chaos again there. We have Frenzy Charger, 788%, about 20 chaos there. And then, again, Socket Gem, 784%, similar situation. Then, these are like slightly better than these guys. We have our 50 chaos a pop. This is Vulnerability Socket Gems. If that was a better physical damage roll, these would have been bonkers, or they could have been bonkers. There are some that are much, much higher priced in multiple exalts for these. But unfortunately, the roll is just so bad that it's not going to be good. Then we have this one, Socketed Gems Max Life with a pretty solid roll of 765. Not incredible, but decent, right? That's about 50 chaos based on what I'm seeing. And then we have these four, which are kind of like the crown jewels of them. Nothing insane here, I'm going to preface it, but I think there's room. So, okay roll at 726. Not great, but pretty solid implicits at Frenzy Charges and Attack Crit. Really, again, you're looking for vulnerability. That's the main one. But these are pretty solid secondary implicits at a decent roll. This sells for about an X. Then we have Max Frenzy Charge Attack Speed. Similar situation. The only caveat is that this is an insane roll at 797. This could be more, this could be a little bit less. I think 3x is about a minimum price for this. Again, not vulnerability, but still really good implicits and a very good explicit roll to go with it. I think these are a solid pair of gloves. Then we have this one. This one, so if that AoE gems was something else, you know, if that was Max Frenzy Charges, we're huge, huge money here. But very solid roll at 772 with vulnerability and AoE gems. This is, I was seeing these anywhere from about 3 to 5 to 6x somewhere. I just landed this smack dab in the middle at 4. So this is a 4x pair of gloves. I think these are pretty solid. And then the last but not least, we have Vulnerability Frenzy Chargers. If that was a higher roll, if this was, you know, 780, 790, ridiculous money. 50x, you know, 30, 40, 50x. But the roll is just not ideal. So if I'm just pull this guy up here. So let's go ahead and delete that. And we'll drop this to 725. There's one for 48x, but I doubt that it sells for 48x. It might. See, if you just pull up the offline. Again, it's not 100%, but this guy's 6 hours ago, 500 chaos. Pretty comparable pair of gloves to what we're doing. It's like pretty much the same, right? 500 chaos. I think 48x is just wildly overpriced. This is, again, like right 4 or 5x. You see what I'm saying. It's about correct. So 4 to 5x for this guy. So that brings our total to just about 17x, just under 16 3/4x, giving us a not great loss here of about 10, 11x, unfortunately, for Evil Slayer 420. But a really cool gamble. I was one I've been meaning to do. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will catch you guys in the next one.